Good morning, makers. Hope you're having a good week. I want you to know that I'm at the cut my own hair stage of quarantine. I think it's looking all right. It's got a little shaggy, but a little secret, I used to cut my own hair anyways. Based on the data that you collected, you're gonna pick the airplane design that flew the furthest. And that is the design that we're gonna work with this week. Now, we could leave well enough alone. We could say that this design flew the furthest, this is awesome, this is the winner, but that's not what we do. This is makers. We're gonna fix it, we're gonna modify it, we're gonna make it our own. So that's what we're gonna start with. And to start, we need to have 5 of these airplanes. Now, if your airplane is in good enough shape and you can use this, you can just make 4. But if your airplane is a little worse for wear, you need to make 5. While I'm making these, let's talk about our first modification. The first thing that we're gonna do is add some weight to our airplanes. We're gonna add weight to the front, to the middle, and to the back of each design. You can use paper clips, you can use pennies, you can use whatever these things are. Just make sure that what you use isn't too light, and it's definitely not too heavy. I'm gonna use pennies for my weight because, you know, I roll deep. So I'm gonna need some tape to attach the pennies to the paper airplane. Here I am putting it on the front. Now we wanna make sure that the penny doesn't get in the way of the wings and it's still able to function well. Now I'm gonna put it in the middle. You're gonna notice that this paper airplane has a lot bigger body than the first one. Solid job folding, Phil. Hopefully yours are more consistent than mine. Now I'm gonna have the last one with the weight at the back. And these are going to be our first 3 modifications. For the last 2 modifications, on the last 2 planes, well, that's going to be up to you. So I want you to do some research, figure out how you can modify these. Think about flaps, think about rudders. I'm going to post a video in the agenda that has some really cool ideas of what you could do. And it doesn't have to be big, but it does need to be modified in some way to make it your own. You could change how it's folded a little bit, or you can add something to it. That's gonna be totally up to you. This week, we are just making our modified paper airplanes. Next week, we are gonna be testing them. All right, you guys, happy folding. I miss you all. I almost forgot. I'm gonna be sending out a Google form for you to make a hypothesis about how each of the modifications is gonna affect the flight. Now, a hypothesis is an educated guess. Based on how it's flown before, how do you think these modifications are gonna change the flight? It's gonna be in Google Classroom. It'll be also in the agenda, so follow that link. And remember, full sentences are full thoughts. So let's see your predictions. All right, guys, have a great week.